Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So we're working with the archetype cards again today to see who we are talking to is in this collective. So if it resonates with you, the personality types that I come up with the archetype cards, then this is your reading. If they sound like somebody that you want to know about, then stick around because it might be for you depending on what it was that you were looking for readings for today. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? So if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and then we shall get into this. So let's start with finding out our archetype first of all. So who do we have today? Who are we talking to? Bully. Okay, wasn't expecting that one to come out. We get all four and then I'll start talking through what they mean, what they are talking about. That's got nothing on it. Blank. Maybe this person's a bit blank. I've got a feeling today that this might not be you, but somebody that you are asking about or wanting to know about. So if that's what you're looking for today, then this could be for you. Like I say, just take it as it resonates. If it feels like your kind of personality, then it's you. If not, then it might be about somebody that you are asking about or wanting to know about at this time. So they've been very cagey tonight. Let's see what we can get. Bully, gossip, please stick around. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to just cut the pack and get the next two out. Mystic and warrior. Okay, so this is a very strong character. It feels like somebody very, very strong. So the bully, the light attributes is highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attributes is conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So we can be a balance between the two, or tend to be, okay? Now, I feel you are somebody that is kind of like you potentially, your energy kind of has a bit of an intimidating energy about it. This could be you, remember, or it could be the person that you want to know about. So this energy, sort of like when this person walks into a room, people might instantly feel a little bit intimidated by their energy. Perhaps they appear very confident, or appear to just like stand in their power. And people have a bit of a problem trying to get round their energy, or, you know, they don't suffer fools is basically what I'm feeling with this. They don't suffer fools. So as you can see, there's like that cloud blowing away on there. They're very clear mentally as to what they're doing, and they could have the ability to perhaps manipulate situations and appear like a bully in that sense. But actually the energy is very, people find it intimidating. But it's like a very confident person, okay? Now, gossip, this comes out as awakens considerations for the feelings of others and honouring trust. So this is the attributes of somebody that when they're in a position where there's gossip going on, they don't gossip, or they would never say something about somebody that they wouldn't be prepared to say to that person's face, okay? So they're probably more likely to step away from people that are gossiping, you know. Shadow attributes is thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Now, we've all been in that position, haven't we, where you've kind of been able to have conversations with people and you end up talking about somebody, that kind of thing. But I do sense that this is a person that we're talking about today is the kind of person that would maybe used to do that in the past, but now is more honouring the trusts of others. Almost like, you know, I'm not going to talk about that person because I wouldn't like that done to me. So this person, I feel, is, if this is you, is kind of like doing unto others as you would like to be done yourself. And the mystic, so that kind of goes with that, is sort of like you revel in intimate union with the divine. Shadow attributes is delusions, rapport with the divine. So it's almost like you perhaps have had a bit of a strange relationship with this archetype within yourself, or if this is the person you're talking about, they may have had a bit of an issue in knowing what's real and what isn't sometimes, because they're kind of very tapped into divine energy, perhaps have a lot of strange things happen to them, you know, kind of seeing a lot of synchronicities, or hearing things, or potentially seeing visions of things, or seeing auras around people, that kind of thing. And maybe haven't really understood it until now. Maybe this person or yourself kind of works with, perhaps you are a healer of some form, or work a bit like me, you know, with tarot or runes, or energy healing. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting from this. Someone that really does like trust in their intuition and believes in the divine. And the warrior. So strength, skill, discipline and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attributes is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted onto others. So this is somebody that I feel has been through a lot in their lives, and perhaps in the past I've had to kind of step into quite this powerful ego to kind of defend themselves, or stay in that power of like, I'm intimidating if I want to be, I can intimidate you. But they kind of had to be like that to get through some of the situations that they've had to get through. But I do feel that this is somebody that actually really does stand up for other people. Maybe if they see somebody that they feel is weaker or not able to stand up for themselves, they will be that person to stand up for them. So again, this could be you, or it could be the person that you're asking about. So it's quite an honourable person, I feel, that's been through a lot, perhaps hasn't acted the best in the past in some considerations, with kind of like feeling other people feeling intimidated, feeling like gossiping, and kind of using their power or force to get what they want. But now it's kind of like turning around as this person is realizing their strengths and using them as a power for the greater good. So, you know, standing up for others, honoring trust in relationships, and standing up for people that can't stand up for themselves. And it's that kind of intimidating energy. Once somebody gets to know you, or gets to know this person, they actually realise actually you're not that intimidating. You're actually quite a gentle soul. You're actually quite a kind, caring person. But you give off this aura of like, you're a bit standoffish, or you're very much stood in your power. And I find that intimidating to be around. So yeah, that's the kind of energy. It's like you walk into a door, you walk into a room, or this person walks into a room, and people notice that person straight away. It's like the energy changes or shifts in the room when that person walks in the room. Not a bad energy to have, really. So let's get some runes around this then. So what rune energy are you in at this time? For you, very fortunate energy. So this person or yourself is kind of like recognizing their power in terms of like what actually is fortunate in my life right now, and they are embracing their abundance. They're in a quite, you know, again, if this is you, you're in quite an abundant energy right now, where you are attracting towards you things that make you feel good, that make you feel stood in your power and aligned with divine energy. Okay, that's a really fortunate energy to have. Unfortunately, with that energy, and like with the bully, there can be this tendency for people to kind of want to go after what you've got. So it's almost like, you know, enjoy your wealth, enjoy your abundance, but know that there are wolves in hot pursuit all the time. So it's kind of like an energy of this person is really abundant, but perhaps having to protect what they've got, or feeling like they have to protect what they've got in order to not let people take that away from them. Maybe they've had that happen in the past, and like they've had this situation where they've been talking to other people, really opening up, letting things out, and it's kind of stabbed them in the back at some point. So now they've kind of like realised, like, I'm not actually going to share. I'm not going to share this with anybody else because I don't want it to be taken away from me. or maybe you're learning that yourself. That came up in a reading earlier. It's sort of like, you know, be careful what you share with people, be careful what you let them know. It's a bit like somebody turning around and saying like, oh, I just won the lottery and I won a big load of money or something, and they tell somebody and that person tells somebody else or whatever, and before you know it, you've got people knocking on your door asking for handouts. That's the kind of energy I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's sort of like somebody that is really attuned to their higher self and understanding like, this is, I have to follow what I'm guided divinely. So this person is very divinely guided and is really committed to their path, to themselves. I do feel that they've made some sacrifices in terms of having to let go of things that weren't serving them anymore, having to let go of things that perhaps it's painful to let go of, but they knew was necessary for their growth. So this is a person that's chosen growth over comfort. And that's been extremely difficult, but this person's a warrior. This person has the ability to turn pain into growth. It's almost like they kind of like that pain gives them the energy to drive it forward into something positive in their life. And every step of the way they are committed to themselves, committed to their purpose. It's a very, very strong energy that's coming through on this. Very strong. Canas. So this energy of really illuminating in the darkness. So it's like, you know, this is a person that has become a beacon of light in darkness. Like, they don't fear any dark. They don't really fear anything because they know the light within them will guide them. And they are very, very, very guided. I do feel this person perhaps links with moon cycles. Maybe they have the moon within their chart. What is that? Libra and Taurus, I think. There might be other ones that have the moon in there as well, but those are the only ones I can think about right now. I'm not great with the zodiacs, to be quite honest. So Canas is all about somebody that pays attention to energy, pays attention to what's going on around them. And they're probably, I feel, this could be you, as I say, aware of the invisible energy in a space. So like, this person might not enter a room because they can pick up on energy that other people aren't picking up on. You know, it's kind of like the kind of person you'd want to be around in a spooky house or something like that, because they would know where to go or not to go. Or they would be able to sense if something is kind of like, you know, hanging around that shouldn't be hanging around. So I do feel that this person has the ability to sort of like cleanse spaces and clear spaces. It's kind of like a bit of a very powerful medicine person is what I'm getting from this. Someone that's been through quite a lot, but found their mystical abilities, found their divine sort of guidance within this, and are learning to trust that, and learning to take the shadow aspects of themselves and put them to good use. Yeah, they're not rejecting any aspect of themselves anymore. They are embracing every aspect. Okay, fantastic. So, what situation is going on for this person right now? Let's have a look. What situation is going on right now? Ooh, okay, so there's somebody that is in a space of possibly being not aggressive but defensive, sort of like pulling their power in, kind of holding their cards close to their chest. They're not really giving too much away here. And that's possibly they're protecting their own heart, because perhaps, well, clearly this person's been hurt before, and they've kind of got themselves into a place where they're afraid of somebody, you know, the wolves in hot pursuit, taking that abundance away, taking what they've worked towards, worked so hard and diligently towards. There's a fear there of that being taken away with this person. So, you know, they may if this is you as well, it's sort of like a practicing a lot of things that are creating a lot of discipline. So it could be yoga, meditation, or do a lot of those kind of practices that they've had to do to sort of contain that energy, and to really get to know that energy. I do sense somebody that does meditate on a daily basis at least, perhaps practices yoga as often as they can as a regular practice, does a lot of breathing work, but has felt like before they've had to defend themselves. They've had to sort of protect themselves and pull their energy back, pull their energy away. So if this is you wanting to know about somebody else and this person is coming through in this for you, and you want to know about them because they've pulled their energy back from you, well, it's possibly because of this being hurt in the past and the things that they've been through. They've learnt to do that rather than keep chasing or keep trying. They've just sort of decided like, well, actually, I need to just protect my energy, cleanse my space, keep myself safe. Okay. So, what is the challenge in here? Whoa, okay. Okay, so the challenge is coming through about, again, because this energy feels quite defensive or a real intimidating sort of energy. This person looks really good at the moment, or is kind of like having what we call a glow up, where, you know, if they've been through a lot and sort of feeling like they've worked hard to create that light within them to be in this fortunate energy, this real abundant energy, then it's kind of showing. It's showing that they are in that space, that they seem to have everything and they are being disciplined in that. So yeah, it's kind of like they're following their intuition, they're disciplined, they seem to have it all, or things seem to be coming easily to this person. But it's because of all the hard work that you've done, or that they've done. You know, they've worked very hard on this to bring themselves where they need to be. They've become more grounded, potentially. Especially over the last 9 months, I'm getting from this. It's sort of like it's taken them a little bit of time to get where they need to be, but they are in that space now and it's visible, it's been seen. Now I'm getting an energy of something needed to be mended or wanting to be mended. So it's almost like an energy of somebody wants to make a plan to do some teamwork, to fix things, put things right, put things back together. But if there's this intimidating energy, it might be that it's difficult to get into this or get to this person to be able to actually mend anything, or to work as a team, because they've been so used to kind of like pulling that energy back. So if this is you, then it might be that there are people around you that want to be a part of your team. They want to be with you, but they're seeing you sort of like doing so well by yourself, that they're struggling to like get a spot in there, or are trying to, at least they're making a plan to do that. Or this could be you towards the other person, that's sort of like you trying to make a plan to get closer to this person, but there's an intimidating energy because it's like, where do I fit? Because they seem to have it all, they have everything that they need. Okay, so what do you need to focus on right now? Where is your energy is what you need to focus on at this point. Oh, okay. Focus on your pentacles is what it's saying. So this is about focusing on that abundance within family, you know, finding joy and commitment. This is like a fulfillment, a desire that's coming through on here. It's one of my favourite cards, this is, because it brings a lot of joy in terms of family. It could be that you do want to, maybe if this is you, you want people to include you in their their family or in their environment, in their space. You want to be working as a team, working with other people. There's something I feel, needs to be mended or wants to be mended, wants to be put right. There's a lot of earth energy to this. There's a lot of pentacles coming out, which is good. It's quite grounding. It's quite connected, safe, secure, and stable. And that's kind of like what you're looking for at this time, or perhaps what this person's looking for. It's almost like they've been a warrior for too long. They've kind of been in this energy of like, I've got to do it all myself, and I'm following divine guidance, but they've got this energy where it's almost like, you know, they want to have these connections, they want to be around people, but they've got this standoffish energy that's kind of holding them back from that. Like they're struggling to really let go and allow to soften into something that feels like family, that feels, in that kind of energy. So that's these are beautiful cards that are coming out on here. So what do they need to let go of right now? What do they need to let go of? Well, I think they're saying, don't let go of all the cards, because that's just ridiculous. Let's see again. So what do we need to let go of? The Lovers was trying to pop out there. You don't want to let go of love. Let's see. What are we letting go of on here? Okay, so there's something that has been a desire or a wish that, you know, something that's been trying to manifest on here. So it's time to kind of let go of what you were hoping for, or almost like expecting in a way, because it's time to sort of, oh, there was another card there. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, okay. So that makes more sense now of what you're letting go of, because the Nine of Swords is sort of like worry and stress. So it's kind of like worrying that your hopes and dreams are diminished. There's this kind of like, and there's an element of guilt around this as well, of sort of like guilt from the past. That's what I'm getting from this. But in order for your hopes and dreams to be manifested, for this wish that you have to be fulfilled, you've got to let go of worrying about it, or you've got to let go of the guilt or whatever's attached to that, because that's what's holding you back from actually being able to manifest it fully. Okay, you've got to find a way to let go of that, because it's not really serving a purpose on there. So let's just see what is the future of this situation for you. What is the future? Okay. So we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. So the future is basically all of the pain, all of the situations where you felt backstabbed, or you felt this gossipy energy, or you felt things around you that are hurting you or have been hurting you, all of those wounds from the past. The future is about allowing those wounds to heal, allowing yourself to be free from that pain and move forward. I'm going to get another card that goes with that. So why is the Ten of Swords in reverse? What else do we have on there for the future? Okay. Now, we have here the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is kind of like having a new idea, but this is the energy of the messenger. So it could be that there is a need for, we've got that one there, putting things right, haven't we? Of kind of like biting the bullet and sending the message, sending the right kind of message, not just any old message, because the future feels like if you don't communicate this, it's leaving you in a restless space. It kind of leaves the wound open, okay? And this is about you kind of like figuring out the right way to go about things. Let's get one more on that. So why the Page of Swords? What is the message? What is coming through on here? It might be that you're waiting for a message from this person, you know. But it feels like if they're in a kind of defensive energy, yeah, because there's some regret. There's something that you're regretting, I feel, or this person's regretting from the past that's kind of holding the wounds open. And there's a need for something to be realised, something to be, you know, some knowledge to be kind of exposed here, so that this energy isn't carrying on, because it's leaving somebody feeling a little bit like all is lost, all is, you know, yeah, you're kind of like grieving over the past, when really it's time to like stop doing that to yourself. Take those swords out, allow yourself to just communicate what you need to communicate, let go of that regret from the past and move on. Look, there's so much heartache that is riding on this, so much that needs to be let go of within you in order to move on. So what is your advice? Yeah. What advice do we have? Clarity. So this is somebody really realising, you know, it's been on your mind for some time. And it's funny now, we've gone from Pentacles into Swords. So it's kind of like gone from the earth into more the mentalities. It's like gone from the physical sort of aspects of things into the mentality of things. And this is about, you know, having a moment of clarity and realising what you need to do in order to let this go, in order to move forward in the direction that you want to go. You know, what do you need to do? But I do feel like actually the advice is that you've already had an aha moment. You've already had a moment of, I know what I need to do now. You know, if you've been trying to do things one way and it hasn't been working for you, or you've been trying to go in one direction and it hasn't been working for you, there's a reason for that. So it's time to try a different way. It's time to look at, you know, really investigate a different way forward now. And it brings clarity to a situation in order for you to move forward. So what's happening in your environment right now? Okay, the Hanged Man. So yeah, you're at a point now in your environment where you are ready to surrender. You're ready to let go. Take a different perspective. And it does feel very much like there needs to be a new perspective, because this person you're dealing with, it feels like there's a real defensive energy there, or just an inability to get through. And that might be, again, if this is you, then someone that's trying to reach you or trying to sort of collaborate with your energy. It's like surrendering to it, to opening your heart a little bit, surrendering to, you know, allowing people to see truly how you feel and what's going on for you. That's what I'm getting from that. I do feel somebody who may be suffering a little bit of back pain at the moment, or sort of like just feeling like they want to stretch a little bit more. Yeah, maybe you're struggling with breathing as well. Perhaps you've got a cough or something and the cough's kind of caused some pain in your back. That's what I'm getting from that. I'm going to see what the outcome is then here. What is your outcome this time? What is your outcome? Okay. So the outcome is actually suggesting there's sudden changes on the horizon. There may be some challenges that arise from this, but actually in this clarity that you're receiving here, it's allowing for an ability to make some changes, some really deep changes, big changes. And that's actually, you know, this is taking that different perspective as well. You are in a space where you're kind of like thinking about this, and you've just had an epiphany of it. You've just had an idea as to, okay, I know what to do now. I know how to communicate this. And it's going to be difficult for you. I don't think it's going to be easy for you. But it's almost like, being the mystic, Spirit is saying to you, if you don't do this, we're going to make it happen anyway. So it's better that you kind of come around to the decision yourself and make the changes that need to be made and go forward with this. Or we're going to push you out the nest and make it happen for you. Okay? So you've got two choices on there. And trust me, Spirit does do that. That is divine guidance. If you've been asking and trying to manifest something, but you're not doing what you've been guided, then they will push you out the nest. Whereas if you're kind of like, right, no, I've got this, I've seen what I need to do and I'm going to go for it, I'm going to do it. Take the opportunity to do that. And that's what's going to happen on there. So let's get a final word for you. So what happens after the Tower? Squirrels might be symbolic to you as well. Perhaps squirrels have been around you a lot lately at the moment, or you've been seeing squirrels or hearing squirrels. Let's see. So the final word. Got two. Okay. Final word's a little bit strange because we've got the Ten of Cups and the Two of Swords. So this is sort of like, I do feel the final word on here is like the Tower is suggesting that you're going from a crossroads, like a blocked kind of space, into this energy of like, we're all coming together now. Everything's beautiful, everything's lovely. It's manifesting what you really wanted. That like desire has been fulfilled. There's an energy to this of kind of like that you are wanting stability, you are wanting something that's fulfilling, and this Tower moment is bringing you out of stagnation. It's bringing you out of an inability to make a decision and bringing you into an aha moment that is the Ten of Cups, which is a complete fulfillment, you know, on many levels, on all levels pretty much. Yeah, there's an energy on here. I don't know if somebody's been practicing with singing bowls lately, or sort of like starting to use sound therapy to help guide you in this. But there's definitely this energy of like things are going to turn out wonderful. But it's up to you. You are going to either make this decision yourself and bring this clarity about. You've had this aha moment. Or Spirit's going to say, right, it's time to get out the nest. We're going to push you forward into this. But either way, it's going to come into a very fulfilling environment for you. So that's what I have for you today. If this reading resonates with you and you would like to know more, then please do get in touch for a personalised reading. The details are down in the description box to get in touch. Please do put a little emoji or something in the comments if you can, if this did resonate with you. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.